Donnie and Sildar both lie motionless, their armor scorched and dented, blood pooling faintly beneath them. Their chests rise in shallow, uneven breaths. You can tell they do not have much time left.
I'll run to Sildar and cast a healing word. That's 12 health restored.
Your magic surges out Gundar, Moradin's forge fire blazing through your palm as you press it over Sildar's wounds. The radiant heat sinks into his body, and Sildar's chest rises sharply, his breath catching as the warmth floods back into his limbs. Across from you, Donnie still lies motionless in the dim light, the blood around him dark against the stone. Make another death save, Donnie.
Fuck me. That's a 7.
Across the room, your group sees Donnie's condition worsening. His blood trickles down the cracks of the shattered stone. His chest still moves barely, but the rise and fall are shallow and uneven.
Crap. Don't we have healing potions, guys?
Don't worry, I'll help him out. Thank you, Gundar. I'll struggle to my feet and move to Donnie Ben. I'll use 15 health from my lay on hands pool to heal him.
You push yourself up, Sildar, battered, bloodied, but refusing to fall while one of your own still lies dying. The radiant warmth from Gundar's earlier healing still flickers faintly across your armor as you stumble toward Donnie. Your hand trembles for a moment, then steadies as you reach him. You lay your gauntleted palm over his chest, the faint hum of healing energy beginning to glow from your fingertips.
Your time isn't up just yet, Donnie. I know you still have plenty of fight left in you.
Donnie, your lungs seize for a moment before the air rushes in like fire. The pain hits a heartbeat later, sharp and blinding, but you're alive. Oaf cheers in the background, punching the air. Yes! Heroes live! Heroes strong!
Thank goodness.
Thank you, Sildar. Whatever magic these goblins have is much more than I would have guessed. What the hell is up with these guys?
It's definitely strange. It seems Kodla was right about the past Mind Flayer influence in this area. I wonder why these psionic goblins are only now beginning to come out of the woodwork.
We need to find Ruxathid if we want answers, I think, and we better heal up while we still can.
I doubt we'll find time for a safe rest here.
Hopefully we can take a short rest, at least. That will definitely be needed if we can find a safe room to hold up in.
Agreed. Like all warlocks, a short rest would benefit me for sure.
Why don't we speak to the goblins that were hiding in the kitchen? I don't think they want to fight. We can ask them about the layout of the outpost and then tell them to get lost.
I think that's not a bad idea. Just make sure we're all ready, in case they're also able to use those powers.
You make your way toward the kitchen, boots scraping across the stone and echoing faintly through the half-collapsed mess hall. The smell of burnt flesh and molten stone still hangs thick in the air. When you push open the smaller stone door leading into the kitchen, you find 2 goblins crouched behind overturned pots and racks. Their eyes go wide the instant they see you, terrified, trembling, one of them still clutching a wooden ladle like it might do something.
Easy now. We're not here to kill you if you don't make us.
One of them nods rapidly, shaking so hard his ears flap. We no fight. We only cook. You kill the strong ones. Please don't make us next.
We're not here for you, but you're going to answer some questions. Who is Ruxathid, and where can we find them?
The goblins exchange glances, desperate but resigned. The master's room, down the hall. Master's room.
And Ruxathid is your master?
He not goblin anymore. He changed. Ruxathid, give gifts, take things too. Down in the mine now. One of the goblins stands to his feet, still hunched over, expecting you to attack him. He points out the serving area of the kitchen counters towards a door you passed when you left the bunks. He is in Sanctum.
What does Ruxathid do down in the mine? Or Sanctum, I guess.
They're shaking uncontrollably now, glancing between the doorway leading to the mines and your party. Don't say his name too much. He hears when we do. He hears.
Who is this fucker? Voldemort?
Get lost, you two. I think we should go to Ruxathid's room to see what there is to find and rest up for a moment. We'll just make sure we barricade the door.
The 2 goblins scatter, scrambling through the side corridor and vanishing into the tunnels beyond. You then make your way further down this hall, coming to the door at the end of the hallway. The door looks like that of any other door so far in the outpost, though this one is locked.
We don't have any thieves' tools, do we?
I do, but I haven't used these in quite a while. I could give it a shot. Would rather not break the lock if we want to rest here for an hour.
You're no longer proficient with Thieves' Tools since you changed classes, Barbin, but I'll allow you guys to add a flat +3 to your rolls when using Thieves' Tools. If you fail, though, there's a chance they break. DC is 15 for this lock.
I'll give you guidance, Barbin.
That's a 13 with guidance, so I'll use my talisman to help me. Okay, that's a 17 now.
It takes you a moment, but after a few clinks, the door creaks open. These personal quarters contain a large, plush, 4-poster bed covered in silk sheets. Stone shelves bearing books and ornamental ceramic jars line the walls alongside dust-covered banners embroidered with dwarven runes. In one corner stands an elegant mahogany desk, on top of which is a map and several crumpled notes.
Donnie, help me barricade this door. Let's all check the room out for anything of importance.
You and Donnie drag a large stone dresser in the room, wedging it up against the inside of the door. The chamber feels wrongly comfortable compared to the carnage you left behind. The blue glow from the lava veins filters faintly under the door, giving the silks and polished wood a ghostly sheen.
I'll cast light on my staff, Ben, and set it down beside me as I sit at the foot of the bed for the moment. This place feels like a fancy coffin.
The glow spreads across the chamber, dust motes swirl through the air like ash, and the desk in the corner draws your eye, parchment, scattered notes, and a map.
I'll take a look at that map. What's it showing us?
It appears to be a detailed survey of the region, Phandalin and the surrounding valleys. Tunnels, mountains, rivers, all marked with perfect precision. But there are no labels, no names, just empty lines and curves, stripped of context.
All right, I'll take a look around, see if there's anything actually useful in here. Fancy bedrooms usually mean fancy loot.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I'm going to take a look as well.
I only got a 9.
I got a 7.
Donnie, you check drawers, the desk, even peek under the mattress, but it's mostly dust, torn parchment, and a few empty bottles that smell like vinegar and old metal. Gundar, you circle the room, tapping the walls and shelves, but everything seems solid. Well-crafted dwarven work, just aged, cold, and dead.
Nothing? Really?
Maybe Ruxathid already cleared the place out.
Or maybe you two just aren't as observant as you think you are.
Gundar, during your time looking through the room, however, you hear something. At first, you think it's just the sound of the lava flow echoing through the walls, but then it shifts. A faint whisper, slow, wet, like a voice trapped underwater. With your passive perception, you can tell that the sound is coming from one of the jars on the shelf, smooth black onyx, polished to a mirror shine. Faint blue gemstones line its surface, glowing ever so slightly.
There's some kind of noise coming from that jar. What in the world is it? I'll get closer to it, Ben, and have a listen.
Is this place haunted?
As you step closer, Gundar, the whisper becomes clearer, though still soft, barely audible. Please, help me. I've been trapped for so long.
What's it saying?
It's asking for help.
Is someone in the damn jar?
As you continue to stand by the jar, more whispers reach your ear. I am Holdak Hollowhelm. They sealed me here. The Mind Flayers, please free me. I can help.
Mind Flayers sealed someone in this jar? Is that even possible?
Is he just bullshitting us?
You can see it's sealed with a complex dwarven puzzle lock, precise carvings along the lid and base, shifting faintly like gears under glass. To open it, you'll need to figure out the mechanism. You'll have a lower DC as a dwarf, Gundar.
What do I need to roll?
Investigation.
You're just gonna open this thing?
Dwarves always help each other, Donnie. Crap, that's really bad. Only a 6. Could I try again?
You can, but the DC will be raised.
Much better. Natural 17, -2 +1 from guidance.
The carvings shift beneath your fingertips. Click, click, the lid twists a half turn, and a faint breath of cold air seeps out, like the exhale of something that hasn't breathed in centuries. A large clump of dust, ash, and mist gathers, folding in on itself until a shape takes form, hunched, dwarven, but translucent like molten glass. Crystals bloom across its beard and brow, and green psionic light pulses through its veins and eyes.
Free, at last. My thanks, friends.
He looks to your group, all except for Gundar.
How did you manage to get stuck in there?
The creature's eyes dim for a moment, then flare faintly as he turns toward you.
The Mind Flayers came through the lower shafts. We fought, but their thoughts cut deeper than any blade. One by one, my crew fell silent, their minds stolen. When I refused to bow, they sealed me inside that cursed vessel. I stopped counting after the 1st century.
Well, I'm glad we could help free you. What's left of you, at least?
Yes, I assume this is not your natural form.
I have no explanation for this magic. But no, this is not my body. was a Duergar, and was one of the mining captains of Zorzula's Rest before it was overrun. Whatever the Flayers did to me, this form is their curse, not my choosing. But tell me, how have you made it this far? Past the goblins? And why are you here?
This guy is a Duergar Ben? That explains why he didn't really want to thank me.
Yes, historically, Duergar have little love for their surface kin. His reaching out to you was assuredly out of necessity, not trust for you specifically.
We came to clear the mines, find what corrupted this place. Apparently the master of these goblins is one called Ruxathid.
If you seek the source, you're closer than most have ever come. Ruxathid, I that one walks with borrowed power. There are two ways to get lower into the outpost, the mine or the elevator.
How well do you know this place? The goblins mentioned some kind of sanctum that Ruxathid spends most of his time.
Yes, the Indigo Sanctum. It was a sacred hall for us before we were attacked. It served as a place of rest, rejuvenation, and safety for all of us. When the mind flayers came, they twisted it. I don't know what they continued to do or what Ruxathid is planning.
Well, we'll be needing to make our way there then. We need a short rest and then we can head there.
Then, before you descend, you should take what my kin left behind. There's a hidden vault behind this wall, protected by the runes. The goblins never found it.
You won't haunt us if we gather your loot, will you?
The Ashen Dwarf lets out a low, gravelly chuckle, the sound like stone cracking under heat.
I've no need for trinkets anymore, lad. What's left of me doesn't care for gold. But take what's there. You'll need it more than I ever will.
Holdak glides toward the northern wall.
These runes open the vault. They must be touched in the correct order. Storm, death, light, wind. Tap them wrong, and the wall will strike back.
I'll press and bend. Storm, death, light, wind. Just like he said.
You step forward, Jorkus, and the stone wall hums as you press the first rune, Storm. The rune flashes blue. A spark leaps across your fingers, just enough to sting. You move to the next one. Death. The air grows colder, the light dimming. Your breath fogs as you touch the third. Light. It burns warm this time, the glow steady and golden. Finally, you reach the last rune. Wind. A sudden thrum echoes through the room. The runes flicker, then pulse together once, twice, before the wall itself groans and slides backward with a heavy grind of ancient gears. Stone dust rains down as a narrow passage opens. Inside, a small vault chamber sealed for centuries. Inside, you see an old dwarven chest bound in bronze, and inside, you find piles of ancient Duergar coin, heaps of copper, silver, and gold coins, and alongside it, some platinum coins, 4 pieces of jade, and a single large peridot. Folded carefully along the wall are 3 richly woven Duergar tapestries, their once vibrant threads dulled by centuries of dust. A final velvet brocade, embroidered with the mark of the Zorzulan forge, still shimmers faintly beneath the grime.
Whoa, this is probably the biggest amount of treasure we found in all the time we've been adventuring together.
These tapestries would look great if we were to actually move into Tresendar Manor.
Your attention is drawn to something else. Gundar, a gleam beneath one of the folded tapestries. A suit of mithril half-plate, its surface polished and uncorroded despite the ages.
Mithril, by Moradin. It's perfect. Is this real, Ben?
As you step closer to it, Holdak's eyes flicker. The Ashen Dwarf's form stiffens slightly, not in rage, but in a deep, wordless ache.
That belonged to my foreman. He fell holding the line in the lower shafts. His name was Dorn Shieldvein.
Do you mind?
The spirit is quiet for a long moment. His crystalline beard glows faintly as his gaze settles on the armor, the last remnant of a friend lost to time.
He'd want it wielded again. Keep it polished. Let it see battle once more.
You have my word.
Yeah, that's nice and all. Jorkas, help me stuff this loot into our bags.
You bet.
All right, anything else you would all like to do during this rest?
I think we all just need to use some hit dice to heal.
Definitely.
I used 3 of my hit dice, and I'm back up to full.
I'm back to full as well, but I had to use all my hit dice.
Same here.
I used 4 of mine and I'm back to full.
I only had to use 1 of mine to get back up to full.
You spend the next several minutes gathering the vault's treasures, the clinking of coins echoing through the chamber while Holdak's faint form watches in silence. Eventually, exhaustion catches up to you. For an hour, you sit in uneasy quiet. Weapons are cleaned, wounds bandaged, the glow of your light spell dances across the coins and tapestries, flickering faintly against the mithril plate. Holdak stands near the door, still as carved stone, his eyes like dying coals.
We all set now?
Yeah, I'm all good to go. Do we want to go see the door those goblins were talking about first?
Sure. Are you coming, Holdak?
The Ashen Dwarf nods silently. His form drifts a few inches off the ground as he follows you, faint motes of green light falling from his steps like dust. You retrace your steps through the dim corridor, your boots crunching on bits of broken stone and scorched debris. You see the door the goblins were referring to next to the door by the bunks. However, it is barred off on this side where you're all at. You could remove it easily, but with your passive perceptions, Gundar and Barbin, you both hear a low moaning sound and shuffling footsteps right outside the door. Oaf looks between you all, confused. What is it?
Keep your voice down, lad. Sounds like someone or something stuck on the other side.
If it was just a goblin, they wouldn't have nailed this thing shut.
Toldak looks to you all, concerned.
Leave it. That door leads to the old mine shafts, and whatever's left down there isn't worth the risk. The lift will take you down safely. It's through the bunks.
So we're just not opening it?
He's right. We don't know what that thing is or how many more there are. The elevator seems like our best bet.
You follow Holdak into the bunk room, where you had surprised the goblins earlier. At the far end, a gap in the western wall opens into a wide vertical shaft that descends into darkness. A few dangling chains sway gently in the updraft. Holdak gestures toward it.
This was our lift. The miners used it to reach the lower tunnels. Looks like time's been less than kind.
How bad does it look, Ben?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'll give you guidance.
That's a 13.
You kneel beside the lift's cracked mechanism. Its gears are fused with rust, and several of the enchanted chains have slackened. Embedded in the platform's center lies a dull, iridescent crystal shard, cracked down the middle and sparking faintly with arcs of fading energy.
Is that the battery or something, Holdak?
Holdak drifts closer, the soft green glow in his chest reflecting faintly off the cracked crystal.
Aye, that's the heart of it, an iridescent shard we pulled from the lower veins. It's gone cold. The lift spirit has been sleeping for centuries.
Can it be recharged?
Perhaps. The crystal still breathes, barely. A spark of magic might wake it. A spell, even a small one, could do.
Any of you proficient in Arcana would realize that by casting a spell using at least first level, it would recharge it. I believe that's just you, Jorkus.
You guys might want to back up, just to be safe.
Holdak tilts his head slightly, clearly puzzled by your tone, but he floats backward with the rest of the group. Only Oaf stays close, eyes wide, practically bouncing on his heels.
Check this one out, Oaf. I'll cast Magic Missile at the shard, Ben.
You raise your staff, its tip glowing with wild, unstable light. 3 orbs of pure force streak forward, hitting the cracked shard one after another. Each impact sends a pulse of energy down the shaft. The shard flares, light refracting across the room in shimmering hues of blue, green, and gold. Sparks dance through the air as the crystal's crack seals slightly, its dull core blazing to life. Chains rattle overhead. The platform groans once, then begins to hum, low and steady. Well done, sirs. So amazing.
I just barely passed my wild magic check, Ben.
Good work, Jorkus.
Holdak steps forward first, his translucent boots hovering inches above the platform as he drifts onto the lift.
Come, the sanctum waits below.
As the last of you step aboard, the glowing shard brightens, the hum deepening to a steady rhythm. The chains above tighten, and the platform gives a slow, heavy lurch downward. After a good 40 seconds or so, the platform shudders once, then settles with a heavy clunk. The humming fades, leaving only the distant creak of chains and the echo of dripping water. As the light from the crystal stabilizes, you see that you've arrived in a small chamber of dirt and stone. 3 tunnels branch away from this room, one northeast, one east, and one southeast.
3 ways forward. You know where they lead, Holdak?
The ghostly dwarf turns slowly, his gaze sweeping across the tunnels as faint green light pulses from his chest.
I remember these halls. The northeast path leads to the minecart maintenance chamber. We repaired the haulers there. Judging by how quiet it is, no carts are active right now.
He shifts his gaze toward the dark, narrow eastern tunnel, where the faint smell of decay drifts through the air.
That one's the old refuse pit. We kept odd yugs there to devour waste from the mines. If they still live, they'll be hungry.
I'd rather not have to deal with another one of those things. We stunk up the entire town.
Finally, Holdak turns to the southeast tunnel, where faint glimmers of light reflect off the stone, cold and crystalline.
And that way, the Crystal Cavern. It's the fastest route to the sanctum.
Anything we should be worried about other than more shit monsters, Holdak?
He looks in thought.
Not that I know of. It's been an incredibly long time, though. I'm not sure what may have taken up residence in these caves.
Well, if it's the fastest way, let's check it out. If need be, we check out the northern area.
Everyone give me a perception check as you press forward into the mines.
I'm gonna have my light not on for the moment, Ben.
Those without dark vision have disadvantage.
Fuck, here we go. Ben only asks that if he's got something trying to kill us.
Don't meta it, Donald.
I got a 12 with disadvantage.
Same here.
21 total.
Unnatural one.
Natural one. Can you help me, Jorkus?
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll it.
Okay, that's a 22, thanks.
You move cautiously down the southeast tunnel, the air growing slightly warmer as you go further down into the cave. You all notice that along the uneven cavern walls, silken threads become visible. First a few strands, then whole sheets. Some hang loose and dusty, others taut and freshly spun. The air smells faintly of iron and decay. After a few minutes, the tunnel widens, opening into a massive, 20-foot-high cylindrical chamber. Once, this must have been beautiful. The walls are still lined with crystal, curved like the inside of a geode, but much of their shimmer is swallowed by a heavy, unnatural darkness. The crystals flicker weakly, their inner light dimmed as though smothered. A minecart track spirals along the edge of the chamber, its rails warped and half buried under layers of webbing. The track vanishes into shadow as it curves downward into the lower shaft, but even that shadow seems thicker than it should be, a darkness that moves if you look too long. Webs hang like curtains from the crystal ceiling, and between them, cocoons. A dozen at least, some small, some human-sized, swaying gently as if stirred by a breath that isn't yours. A droplet falls from somewhere above and lands with a wet pat on the stone beside you. The sound is deafening in the silence that follows.
Okay, what the fuck? I'm instantly gonna try to be quiet here, Ben.
You can all roll stealth checks if you want.
I got a nat 20.
Fuck, only a 7.
A 9.
Damn it. A nat 20 and a 3.
11.
You slow your steps, trying to move without disturbing the thick carpets of webbing beneath your boots. Every creak of armor, every scrape of steel sounds impossibly loud in the heavy dark. For a long, tense moment, nothing moves. Then, Gundar, Barbin, as your eyes adjust to the flickering light, you both notice something wrong about the far wall. The crystals there don't reflect like the rest. They shimmer, yes, but duller. Their surfaces ripple, bending the light like water. You follow the distortion upward toward the ceiling, and that's when you see it. In the far corner of the cavern, half wrapped in shadow, something vast clings to the stone. 8 long limbs stretch across the wall, weaving seamlessly into the surrounding webs. Its body isn't entirely there, parts of it fade and reform, as if its shape is made from the darkness itself. The creature's head, if you can call it that, turns ever so slightly. Dozens of tiny eyes glint faintly in the crystal glow, each reflecting a sliver of your movement.
Holy shit, we need to leave.
Good gods. What in the hell is that?
Ulf looks around confused. What's is it? Can't seize. The thing on the ceiling doesn't move, but you can feel it watching. Your muscles lock, your instincts scream. You know without doubt, if you make another sound, it will drop.
No sudden moves. Just back away. Nice and easy now.
You sure you saw?
I'm sure. Move.
Gundar takes a slow, careful step back. The soft crunch of grit beneath his boot sounds like thunder in this silence. The creature's many eyes flick in unison, tracking him. One long limb curls slightly, the motion almost too smooth, like silk underwater.
Fuck. It's coming, Gundar.
Ulf squints his eyes as you all drag him back with you. Can't seize it, sirs. Is it close? Holdak finally does spot it, though, and although he is just a soul animated, you can tell by the tremble in his voice that even he is nearly petrified.
That thing is not of this world. What in the hells?
The creature doesn't chase. It just hangs there, suspended like a nightmare in still air, its shape dissolving and reforming as the light fades from the room. You turn and run. Your boots hammer against the tunnel floor. Webs tear from the walls as you rush through them, their sticky strands clinging to your armor and hair. The echo of your footsteps bounces down the corridor like distant drums.
What in the hells did you two see?
Couldn't see it clear. 8 limbs made of shadows, I think. It wasn't solid. Its eyes, gods, its eyes. That is no normal spider.
I'll light up my sunblade, Ben. Something to hopefully scare it off.
You stop only when you reach the fork where the minecart tunnel split. Everyone's breathing hard. Holdok's faint glow returns, but there's no steadiness to it now. It pulses, flickers.
I've never seen something like that before, and it surely was not here before those mind flayers showed up.
Would I have any idea, Ben?
Or me?
Either of you can make a religion or history check. It'll be a pretty high DC.
I got a 15 history.
Only a 5 religion.
Both of you rack your minds while catching your breath, thinking of the stories you've heard. The old tales miners tell over ale, the warnings of things best left in the dark, but none of them ever describe that. Gundar, you get the faintest echo of recognition, whispers from your time in the forged temples of Moradin, half-remembered mentions of creatures from the Shadowfell that could slip between planes. You can't place a name, but something deep in your bones tells you that creature is something of nightmares.
If the mine flayers opened a way down here, it might have slithered through. Best we steer clear of it. Maybe return once we've had a full rest and are completely prepared.
So are we going northeast then?
Would seem so.
You can all roll new stealth and perception checks if you'd like.
15 stealth and 8 perception.
19 stealth and tainted 20 on perception.
18 stealth and 16 perception.
4 stealth and 9 perception.
19 stealth and 17 perception.
Wow, great rolls. You move northeast, occasionally watching behind you as the tunnel splits from the main shaft before widening into a large, uneven chamber. Your footsteps echo softly off stone and steel as the faint smell of rust and oil replaces the choking decay of the crystal cavern. A rickety set of tracks runs the length of the room, cutting through the dust-covered floor. Half a dozen minecarts sit idle on the rails, their wheels bent, frames corroded, and cobwebs draped thick across their sides like burial shrouds. The ground crunches beneath your boots, bits of rock, broken tools, and splintered wood. Along the eastern wall, half-collapsed crates are filled with the remnants of old dwarven equipment, hammers, chisels, mining lamps now cold and dead. Propped against those crates are 3 skeletons, their gray bones slick with dust, each skull shattered and caved in.
The way those skulls are damaged, Ben, is that from blunt weapons, or can we tell it's from mine flayers? Hopefully we can get some confirmation on this whole situation.
Whoever's inspecting, go ahead and make a medicine check.
That's a 16.
14 for me.
Barbin and Sildar, you both crouch by the nearest corpse, brushing away dust. There's a faint shimmer of psionic residue along the cracks, barely visible like heat waves in the air. You've seen the aftermath of violence before, but never this. The skulls aren't just broken, they were hollowed.
So that's what happens when they get you. They just eat your brain?
That's right. They hunger for nothing more than power and the brains of other living beings.
Holdak kneels beside one of the skeletons, his ghostly hand hovering just above its armor. The faint glow from his chest flickers weakly as he speaks.
They were good men. I remember their faces. The flayers took everything from them. Everything from all of us.
You all stand there for a long moment, the echoes of Holdak's words fading into the dust and the hum of the mine. The faint golden glow from the sunblade throws long shadows across the broken floor, glinting off something half buried among the bones. Holdak moves closer to it, eyeing what looks to be a pair of bracers, their edges traced with dwarven runes.
These, I know these. They belong to Foreman Dern.
I'll take a look, Ben. See if they're still worth something.
You crouch beside the skeleton and brush away the webs. The runes along the bracers glow faintly, weak, flickering, but alive.
They're bracers of celerity, ancient, but still functional. You should keep them. They'll serve you well, if you take the time to understand them, but they won't answer to haste. You'll need time to attune.
Well, I'm nothing if not patient.
You? Patient?
Shut up. Let's keep moving.
As you finish inspecting the minecart bay, Hildak's pale glow casts faint reflections off the rusted rails ahead. The eastern track curves downward, across a narrow bridge that passes over what looks like a massive pit of stagnant sludge. The air coming from that direction is thick with the smell of rot and sulfur.
That is the pit where we kept the audiugs. If we're to cross here, it best be quickly.
Looks like the track keeps going straight across. We could use those carts. Yeah?
I think that should work. Slowly roll ourselves across this gap. How big is the fall, Ben?
Give or take 20 feet, the pit stretches below you, dark, glistening, and bubbling faintly.
Yeah, no, I'm not walking that rail. Cart sounds good.
You gather the old minecarts, their metal frames screeching as you heave them onto the rails. Rust flakes off in sheets, but the wheels catch and settle. Working together, you manage to get 3 of them stable, enough to fit everyone. The rails dip gently downward toward the bridge. Beneath you, the sludge stirs sluggishly, as if something deep below had rolled in its sleep. You smells like dead goblins, sirs.
That's probably because it is, lad.
You give the first cart a gentle shove. The wheels squeal in protest before the momentum takes over, and one by one the others follow, rolling slowly along the rusted tracks that stretch over the pit. The sound of groaning metal fills the air. Every rotation of the wheels echoes into the cavern like a heartbeat. Everyone, give me a perception check as you cross.
15.
That's a 9.
I got a 12.
13 for me.
That's a nat 20.
Yorkus and Gundar, as the carts creak their way across the narrow bridge, you both catch a flicker of motion below. Something shifts beneath the sludge. Not just bubbles this time. A glimmer of chitin, black and wet, slicing through the muck. The shape rises, a massive otyug, but wrong. Its hide, once rubbery and pocked, now gleams with black chitinous plating, like armor grown from rot itself. The rest of its body looks translucent, sickly pale, and through the jelly-like flesh you can see the refuse roiling inside, bones and viscera suspended in motion. As you glance to the north, Gundar, your eyes catch a broken statue at the far side of the pit. It depicts a heroic dwarf in ceremonial armor, his likeness proud even in ruin, but the monument is shattered, its head lying several feet from the body, face half buried in sludge. A strange purple aura pulses faintly around it, slow and rhythmic.
What in the world happened to that statue?
The Duergar spirit drifts closer to the cart's edge. His expression, what little remains of it, hardens.
The flayers, they twist all they touch, even our dead, even our faith.
And the big bastard down there? Has he noticed us yet, Ben?
The sludge shifts again, and your stomachs turn as one massive tendril slowly breaches the surface. It's seen you, but it doesn't move to attack. You're too high up, too far away. It knows it can't reach you here. The tendril retracts, sinking beneath the filth with a wet slurp.
Let's not give it a reason to change its mind. Keep these carts moving.
The wheels grind forward again, metal shrieking against rust. The faint purple pulse from the broken statue fades from sight behind you as you cross the last few feet of track and reach solid ground on the far side. You step down from the carts and into the next chamber. Stacks of crates and half-rotted barrels line the walls. Some split open to reveal dull veins of unprocessed ore. Others are still sealed, their lids stamped with dwarven runes you can barely read through the dust. Holdak drifts forward.
This was our storage hall. Ore came through here before heading to the lower forges. I never thought I'd see it again.
Then, from somewhere deeper in the stacks, you hear it. A soft, rasping scrape, metal against stone.
What was that?
Two figures crouched low amid the rubble, their backs arched, arms buried, elbow deep in broken ore boxes. The first thing you notice is the smoke, wisps of gray ash curling from fissures in their skin. Then one lifts its head. What looks back at you is a dwarf, or what remains of one. Their heads hang low, beards thick with ash and dust. What skin you can see is gray and cracked, glowing faintly from within like coal that refuses to die out. As they straighten, flakes of blackened flesh drift from their bodies. The air fills with the smell of burnt iron and grave dust. Their eyes ignite, pale green fire leaking like smoke from the sockets.
Are these more of your kin?
These were miners once. I know their shapes, their tools. I prayed they'd found rest.
And are they hostile?
One raises its arm, the joints grinding like breaking glass. Its hand opens, and a dim light wells inside the cracked palm, a swirl of green and black energy. The other turns its empty gaze toward Holdak. For a heartbeat, it hesitates, a faint, strangled wheeze rising from its throat, like a voice trying to escape through cinders. Then it screeches, a piercing metallic howl, and the light erupts. Necrotic shards flare to life in their hands, spilling pale flame across the chamber. The air vibrates, and the ash begins to rise from the floor like drifting snow. Holdak pulls back.
They're lost, burnt away. Brace yourselves.